And welcome back to Let's Play Shantae Risky's Revenge Blind. Except this part isn't blind because last time we got through the first section of the game, which I had already played, where we basically got kicked out of Scuttle Town because we screwed up and couldn't protect the town, apparently. This time it's also not blind because I actually just spent about 20 minutes running in circles. It sounds really terrible, but that's actually what happened. Yeah, I went into that forest place, looked around, legit for an entire episode, couldn't find anything. So I decided, you know what, let's go back to Scuttle Town, and apparently that actually did have some useful things to show, so I decided to just start over and show what's in Scuttle Town. I keep wanting to call it Pelican Town, but that's because I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley lately. On the day I'm recording it, Stardew Valley was just released a year ago, so it's like, I'm definitely feeling like after this recording, going and playing Stardew Valley. So one important thing to note is, we can actually talk to certain NPCs and they'll help us out. Remember these two? When you're not sure what to do next, come talk to me, Bolo, or Uncle Mimic. You can find all three of us here in Scuttle Town. From now on, don't be afraid to ask for help. Yeah, probably would have been good to know that before, huh? And here is... what was in here? Save point. Actually, we should backdash. There's actually weird speedrun tech about backdashing that I'll get into in a second here. This is the item shop, which I actually discovered off screen in that failed attempt, that they actually do sell a map. So that solves one of my big problems with the game. They also sell spells. That's pretty cool. Oops, we can't afford that. So now these later ones require magic jar and money, so we can't get those. Like, we can't very well get that very easily. Wrong button, touchpad. So, ooh, that's kind of cumbersome. So how do we use this? Okay, it's R. Good to know. Sorry for frying you, good sir. In this shop this is the import room. I think we showed this a little bit. In the original game, what it did was you could import save files, hence import room, from other WayForward games, namely the Mighty Switch Force games, in order to get extra money. In this game, because it's the PS4 version, I don't even know if Mighty Switch Force is on PS4. I don't think you can do that. Try visiting your pal Rowdy Tops. You can find her zombie wagon by heading east from the town gate. It's a straight shot through the field and forest. Yeah, so that's what we were supposed to have been doing, apparently. Now, where's Uncle Mimic? Cause we pretty much scoured all of town, but where's Uncle Mimic? Who knows? Cause that's the only other building in town, and Uncle Mimic is nowhere to be found. So, maybe Bolo, the girl whose name I'm forgetting, and Uncle Mimic, rotate out? I don't know. Unless I just missed a building somewhere. Well, which is very possible. Maybe in here? Did I actually check here yet? No, that's the save point again. So yeah, we're no longer Scuttle Town's guardian, but apparently despite getting kicked out of town, we can still actually walk back to town perfectly fine, so I don't know why. But yeah, apparently, you actually, if you backdash into a screen, Shantae walks in. This actually leads into one of the big speedrun techs of this game. Oops. Backdashing is generally faster from what I understand. However, if you backdash to a screen transition, it's actually slower than walking. So one of the tough parts about speedrunning, in terms of techniques, is backdashing and then sort of transitioning. Because see, Shantae runs into the screen if you're walking into the screen. So the tricky part is actually trying to basically time it so that you end up actually going through the door with running speed, so you don't walk into the next screen transition. Oops. And also backdashing into enemies is a no-no. That should go without saying. So yeah, actually knowing where to go and what to look for is important. So we need to look for a zombie wagon of some kind. He said it was a straight shot through the forest, but, remember how last time it went to a oh, hello. By the way, this game doesn't have lives, I should demonstrate this, so if you die, you just go back to this previous screen, no harm done. Okay. I think if you lose all your hearts, you have to go back to, like, the previous save point, so that kinda sucks. These goblins apparently drop 5 gems all the time, so make sure to actually fight them whenever possible, because they only take like 3 hits. Yeah, here's the thing. He said to go like straight through, but I'm not seeing anything of this that resembles a zombie caravan, with whatever the heck that is. By through the forest, it's like there are many exits, it appears. Also, duh, we have a map now. This is like the least helpful map I've ever seen. Like if I'm gonna be completely honest, this is like the least helpful map ever. Okay, so now we're... like, you can't even rotate it. Kinda sucks. I'm assuming on the DSi version, because this was originally a DSi game, you probably have the map on the bottom screen, or the inventory. And in a Metroidvania, that's kind of important if you ask me. That's kind of a weird nitpick of mine. But yeah, actually not having the map visible at all times in a Metroidvania is actually really frustrating. I know most Metroids have a mini-map, which is serviceable. But yeah, just having no map whatsoever is really cumbersome if you ask me. Metroid 1 and 2 I can't get into because they have no map. Like, legit. That really throws me off. Not being able to know where I am, so if you're wondering... oops, did not mean to actually jump there. If you're wondering, if I ever play through Metroid 1 or 2, I would just do playthroughs of Zero Mission and AM2R. Which I, by the way, I do have. Yeah, AM2R, when that was announced to be finished, I was like, copyright fiasco galore, so I downloaded it immediately. Like, legit, I downloaded it as soon as possible because I knew that it would get pulled really fast. That's just how copyright laws work. It's actually interesting though, as people note, that Nintendo let it stand as long as it did, because they could have pulled it, you know, in that 10-year development cycle, yet they let it actually be released for a few days before actually taking it down, which is kind of weird. It's like kind of bizarre that they let it last on the internet so long, because once something is on the internet, there's no going back. Actually, wait a second. So now we're on that red screen. So red screens are apparently saves. Good to know. What's actually left of here? Ow. I feel like we've accomplished very little because I'm mostly just lost. This is actually back to being actually blind because I don't know where to go from here. All I know is we're looking for a caravan. Okay, we can't get by you. Actually, we have powers now. Okay, that did not work. Does this work? It does not. Okay. Hey, this is a nice little shield. By nice little shield, I mean it's actually really inefficient because it's so, like, not protective. I think Half Genie Hero was actually criticized for having an invincibility spell, which is broken as all heck. So I suppose... wait a minute, what's that icon at the bottom right? Huh, okay. This is a dungeon, apparently. Who's out there? The lunch courier? If you don't have my tasty meal, get lost. Okay. This is so dashing, I was just like, maybe I should check if there's actually dashing. Because I've actually never checked that. Hearts seem to disappear when they touch the ground in this game. I have no scientific proof of that, but that's just my observation. And hitboxes are a little weird. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but hitboxes feel a little bit odd on some enemies. We're here. We are almost at the end of the forest according to the map, so it's like I'm not entirely sure what Bolo meant by going through the forest, because I feel like we've already gone through all the forest. Yeah, we've gone through all the forest there is. Hello, what do you have to say for yourself? Welcome, miss. I'm very sorry, but today's orders are all backed up. My dream has always been to become a master chef, traveling the world with my pup Wobble Bell. But it seems I've run away, and without him to inspire my dishes, my dream has fallen into ruin. If you find him, please tell him I miss him. Oh, Wobble Bell, I miss my pup so much. So, maybe just because I just came off of Okami, where, you know, how I feel about finding the dogs in that game. But yeah, I'm not really looking forward to finding more lost dogs. Yeah, I don't know, I just find that to be a really dumb quest in Okami. A lot of people I've talked to about it also say it's really dumb, so I'm not alone in that opinion. Which also makes me feel better that I'm not the only one who thinks that's completely obtuse. Okay, take you out. We got a lot of gems at least. We're back up to 100 almost. Ow. I thought that was gonna shoot low, so I tried dodging high. That went well. Go up here. Can I make that? I can. Okay, but there's absolutely no reason to come up here. Cool. But yeah, I haven't actually played AM2R. That's something else I should point out. I haven't actually even tried it beyond like a minute. Like I basically booted it up to see if it would load, and that was legit the only time I ever played AM2R. Did Shantae just go out of the screen and then come back in? Because that's what it looked like. Weird graphical glitch apparently. Also, I wonder if that fog layer was in the DS version, because that seems kind of complicated for DSi. On the whole, this still looks like a DSi game. There was an option. There are actually quite a few screen options, like to have like closer to the original resolution, which is really, really tiny. Okay. Oh shoot. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Using that jump pad, we actually get back past that gap. And there we go, there's the caravan. Hey snack cakes, what's shaking? You still owe me a brain, you know. Stop it, Roddy Tops. Just missed my brothers. We've been doing a wagon tour, sampling the local cuisine. I don't want to know. You have got to try one of these. It's the dog, isn't it? It's the dog, cool. Sweet. Gasp, this is someone's pet. Put it back where you found it. Come on, just a scout's taste. No. Never mind, I'll return this puppy myself. Look, Roddy, I need your help. Have you heard of a magic seal? Not ringing any bells. I'll check the web. Ha ha ha. Ick, what is that thing? Ah, he's my chit-chat spider. Zombies use them to communicate across long distances via web vibration. Seriously, you should see our network. It's like worldwide. I just sent a message out and another zombie will answer back in no time. None of my pals have heard of the magic seal. Sorry, Chica. Can you locate Risky Boots on that? Yeah, look, she was spotted in Scuttle Town today. I was there, that was just this morning. After that, she traveled up the coast, shaking down locals. She's looking for the 3 Barons of Sequin Land. Yuck, this thing's full of bugs now. Barons of Sequin Land? Who are they? The thieving bandits who pass themselves off as artifact collectors. They mostly gather old magical trinkets and such. Oh gross, now he's got a worm. Artifact collectors? Risky thinks one of them has the magic seal. The Squid Baron, the Amber Baron, and the Hypno Baron. According to this, the Squid Baron lives here in this forest. If you're thinking about stopping by his place, better be on your toes. I'll start my search with the Squid Baron. Thanks, Roddy. Okay, so we have our objective at long last. I totally didn't even realize that we could make that gap. Okay. I would have saved us a lot of time. I'm assuming she's a character from the previous game, since they know each other, but I'm a little bit shaky on the details. What else can I say? I know Bolo and Uncle Mimic are in the first game too, and Risky, obviously. Other than that, I'm not sure. I know Squid Baron is in later games because I saw a playthrough Half Genie Hero recently, and Squid Baron is in that game. What else? I'm just filling time as we walk to the dungeon, by the way. Or to the house. Let's see, what else do I know about the series? Oh, that's something I can talk about. There was actually a Game Boy Advance game in the works. This was actually originally going to be a Game Boy Advance game, essentially. I think it was called, like, Risky's Revolution or something. But it kind of fell through. It didn't work out. To be honest, the original game bombed. Critically pretty popular, but it came out at the very end of the, oops, we have to go right. It came out at the very end of the Game Boy Color's lifespan, and oddly enough, like, Minish Cap did okay despite coming out really late, but for some reason, this game never took off. It just never took off. So, what else can I say about this game? Let's see. So this game was originally going to be episodic, which, you know, some people say still is very apparent because it's sort of divided up into little short chapters where you fight different bosses. You know, like we're going after Squid Baron right now, which makes it feel like it's its own thing because it's not in its like own self-contained area, I guess. But yeah, the DSi version I think did okay, but never really took off. Frankly, I'm always surprised when developers can make games when they have previous games that bombed. Can it be? Is that my Wobble Bell? Please, can I have my precious pup back? Gave the puppy. Wobble Bell, you're back. Seeing you again fills me with vigor. Oh miss, how can I ever thank you? I know, we'll celebrate by trying out my latest recipe. Stand back and watch me sizzle. That's how we cook up a tasty meal using only natural ingredients. Now that Wobble Bell is back home safely, my dream of becoming a famous chef can finally come true. Right, Wobble Bell? You got a tasty meal. The reason I didn't read the Voila is because I muted my mic during that music, and I kind of was having trouble unmuting it, so that's why I skipped the dialogue there. You got the tasty meal now, so I guess we have to go to the dungeon. Oh, by the way, there are also completion bonuses depending on how fast you beat the game. You get different endings if you beat the game really fast, so I will not be getting the best ending because I'm playing this blind. I plan on showing the ending images that you unlock. Also, you get different endings if you get 100% or not, so just something to keep in mind. I'm not going to trigger that right now. Instead, I am going to go to the save point to end off this episode. Actually not saving. I accidentally hit save. Cool. But next time on Shantae, Risky's Revenge, we will be entering the first dungeon. Thank you for watching and I hope you join me next time for more Shantae, Risky's Revenge.